Where's my cigarette? Every one of these guys has a cigarette every time. Rocket Bunny, Pandem, 4.6 Customs, Really Wide Boys, the official kit of the FRS and the BRZ, the man with the sideburns that would make Elvis Presley jealous. Taking it back to 1970, little Kei Miura came into the world and said, I want to be a fisherman. Which we're just gonna rewrite history. He actually came into the world and he said, I wanna make cars like super wide. Like not just wide, but like big boys, like really cool big wide boys. Like with cool car parts, and I wanna drive around cool cars. That's actually what he started out with. Definitely not the fish part. He didn't actually start out with cars. Miura would find himself in and out of the Bosuzoku motorcycle gangs and groups until he managed to muster up enough cash to step up to the automotive gang, which if you take it back into the days of Japan, back with the baby boomers, that was actually something that was extremely exciting and new for that culture at the time. But it didn't really take too long for him to get involved into all sorts of tomfoolery, because when he got his license in 1988, he found himself a nice little 8086 for right around $4,000. And did what any proper kid would probably do to an AE86. Suspension mods, aftermarket wheels, and a body kit. Not much really has changed. Just different years, I guess. From there, the radioactive spider that we call the automotive scene bit Miura and was absolutely hooked. Starting out as a proper delinquent that lowered cars in Japan, Miura found himself starting out on the Kanjo. Started out on the Kanjo highway loop. He took whatever he had from the AE86 to his, I don't know, nothing really too special. Maybe just like a stripped out Honda Civic EF with a transplanted B16A without license plates. He'd sneak out there, mosey his way up real close to a car in front of him and was like, oh, hey there, bud. Could I just maybe scoot in there behind you on the tollway? And he'd weasel his way onto the loop without having to actually pay. The motherfucker just like snuck past tolls by tailgating. I love it. Miura would then snap on his favorite Halloween mask, a hockey mask, and go tear it up. As Miura grew more and more into the scene, so did his love for creating trinkets, like stuff, you know, like tangible. I don't know what I'm looking at down here. It's just like a thing. It's a weird twitch that I got going on. He would grow within the boom of the tuning culture of the 80s, becoming influenced from everything from the Bosuzoku trends to the Kyusha. Miura would find himself being involved with nearly every Japanese tuning scene, from the weekend on the Toge, which, by the way, on words that aren't English, we've talked about this before, okay? I apologize for not pronouncing it correctly. Toge or Toge, maybe we could say, to the piers and expressways that enveloped the Kansai area of Japan. Kansai. But Miura wasn't set on destroying city roads and drifting suburban alleyways for the remainder of his days. Oh no. This head and shoulder sponsor wanted more. It's story time. When Miura was just 18 in 1988, he found himself staring at a beautiful, minty fresh B110 Sunny. And as any proffer enthusiast would do, he walked in to find the owner of the dealership, called Rosado, to inquire about the car. Hold on there, sport. I don't like you. Your hair's funny. Miura, he kind of had this poofy blonde permed hair thing, because Miura and a lot of people that seem to cut up cars in Japan have really crazy hair. But he wanted the car so much that the next day he went and actually got his hair dyed, and he came back to purchase that exact same car, and the guy was like, oh, she showed there, bud. Maybe I should have done normal hair, eh? But don't worry. We got a 510 out there back that I'll sell you. Which, by the way, do you race? Because you think about going to one of the races here that we have that we're hosting up here, if you say that you're actually a real racer. And there's some more official language discussed, but the dealership owner actually ended up egging him on to purchase the vehicle and then go out and race that very same day. It actually ended up working out because Miura ended up working for that same man to make custom car parts for him. Sure beat the old day job, doing FRP molding in a factory. He'd go on to make parts for the Porsche 911, the Ferrari Dyna, which, by the way, he had absolutely no idea he was making car parts for it at the time, and the racing cars for Datsun. Unofficially, maybe officially, we really don't know. Though the years he shook babies and kissed hands with people from companies like Hayashi Racing, which ended up teaching him how to engineer his own wheels. No degree, no nothing, just straight, self-taught knowledge, and an eye for making a car truly unique. Time passed, and eventually Kei Miura wanted to make something his own. The reason that he founded Topps Racing Art Kyoto in 1995 in the bustling area of Kyoto, Japan. Using his friends and resources from Kyoto University, Miura would end up creating his very own engineering and CAD system for creating products for this company. Some say he even uses the Xbox Kinect, but that's a forum, that's not fact, and we're here to teach you things. Over time, he used this engineering process to create parts for other automotive companies, but with like a little touch of individualism. You see, TRA Kyoto uses 3D scanning and then will actually end up cutting a mold of polystyrene and ensuring that every product is built, like the plastic essentially is made to spec. Instead of using clay to make the mold, TRA is able to more accurately work on their products in a speed that was pretty much unheard of at the time. And it still is one of the fastest ways that you can produce parts. This made Miura untouchable when it came down to making parts in both small and large batches without taking forever. Unfortunately, the thing is that with many partnerships TRA was making, they were strict hush-hush deals. While Miura could do something creative, he wanted to do something different that he wouldn't really have to like get approval for. And you probably guessed what he ended up making stuff on.
Oh my gosh, Alex, where's the Rocket Bunny information?
Calm down there, bud. Ever since TRA Kyoto was founded, Miura wanted to build something upon like the body kit idea for different platforms. And essentially, that's what Rocket Bunny is. Founded the name under a coffee cup that he had in his shop, the brand Rocket Bunny was born. And rumors have it that the Rocket Bunny lineup was originally for Kei cars, while 4.6 Customs was for the S chassis. However, the name Rocket Bunny has become so commonplace that everyone just associates the TRA Kyoto kits with Rocket Bunny, even if they are not. Fun fact for all you whippersnappers out there, the Rocket Bunny logo is not the symbol for okay. It's actually the hand sign symbol for condom. I wish I was making it up. Originally, the perfect circle OK symbol came from the Okamoto rubber manufacturing company. That's just it. And yeah, there you go. Rocket Bunny is a brand line underneath the TRA Kyoto line with the 4.6 Customs, number 6, Pandem, and Rocket Bunny, and everything in between. They're just pretty much all product lines underneath the TRA Kyoto umbrella. You see, TRA makes products for other brands, like about 20 of them, to really be honest. And I mean, just like his own, he's done things like wheel designs for NK in the past, Hayashi Racing, and Liberty Walk, and to smaller shops in Kyoto requesting more unique products for racing. TRA Kyoto does it all. I mean, Miura is involved 100% from start to finish with his kits to ensure every product is exactly the way it ought to be. No massive production system at the works here, just a man with a smoking habit that loves making over fender / deck lids and body panels and Bon Appetit parts. Rocket Bunny was born with a vision that allowed Miura to make the car the way that he thought would be different and fun and unique, without actually destroying what made the car the car. Taking pride from historical Japanese cars of his youth, Miura blends each vehicle's style into that. The goal was to be unintrusive, yet unique. His first car, however, was actually intended to be for Kei's, like the Suzuki Wagon R, but we'll look past that. The TRA shop looks like it's something out of like an American Pickers episode, as it's packed pretty much to the max with items that inspire him. It includes things like vintage video games, old computers, DVDs, vintage wheels, you name it, it's probably there. It's like a resto to 1980s. But besides that, the shop isn't some sort of mega large corporation. It's a garage, tools and stuff. Video games, cigarette butts, like just things. Miura set TRA Kyoto apart by taking a step that most weren't afraid to take. By developing this technology and these methods of making the parts paired with a sense of style and design that made the car different, he pretty much became like one of the go-to guys for JDM design. The name Rocket Bunny began to truly explode with the introduction of the FRS and BRZ kits and his involvement in the Tokyo Auto Salon in the early 2000s and into the 2010s. But with his growth, the shop and style stayed the way it was. It was, I mean, originally it was like a Bosuzoku car adaptation. That was what made it so unique. The eye that Miura eventually started to grow from his like Bosuzoku riding days and all of that unique to this canyon runs with the A86 pretty much was a result of what Rocket Bunny became to be. And a lot of other companies saw that as well, and a lot of private companies started to use TRA Kyoto to make their too. Rocket Bunny is a facet of a style that's been imprinted in Miura-san's brain since he was a child. And while this is a newer style for most of us over yonder way in the US of America, it's actually something that's been a thing for quite a while. It seems like we're always the last ones to get one. Like, I thought the Midwest was the last to get all the cool styles. Like all all the Yeezys and all of the Supreme stuff is like coming into the Midwest, but like you ask my boy Arturo over in the West Coast and he's like, nah bro, that's been a thing for a while now, and it just makes me sad. But now I get to learn that not just like our style in the Midwest is delayed by 5 years, I've also learned that our car adaptation of what we appreciate of the JDM scene is only, I don't know, 20 years behind. So we should catch up eventually, and that's the exciting thing. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to drop a comment below on what you'd like to see us talk about next. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. If you're looking for wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com. It helps us so that I can have more Little Caesars, more Taco Bell, more Taco John's. Hit me up with a sponsor plug. I'm not a sellout, but I love free food. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries. We will see you later. Peace.